You are watching this video because you don't want to have a happy stick incident. The Osu champion of OWC 2016 effectively lost his ability to single tap overnight. One of the most overlooked things within the Osu community is taking care of the parts of the body that we actually use to play the game. This includes our hands, our wrists, and by extension our forearms. And so today we will be going over some stretches and exercises that I have picked up over the 8 years I have played Osu. This routine, once incorporated into your workout, should take less than 3 minutes. This will be down to personal preference if you're comfortable to do this or not. I personally do this routine in my bathroom sink, filled up with warm to hot water. At least water that isn't so hot that you're gonna burn yourself, of course. The idea behind this is that you get to warm up your hands and knuckle joints faster and also open up the blood vessels, allow more blood flow into the areas that you will be using while playing Osu. Try it out. An alternative to this would be to use a hair dryer or something equivalent to that to just warm up your forearm and your hand. So I like to divide this into different segments. First we do some very rudimentary stretches, then we do some exercises, and then we finish off with a shorter variation of those stretches. First, we'll be going into the stretches. Go ahead and hold out your arm and bring your wrist down and just hold that. If that doesn't feel too uncomfortable for you, ball your hand into a fist and do the same thing. Try not to focus too much on this part of your arm. Focus more here. You want to feel that stretch out. You don't want to feel any sharp, intense pain. I like to hold these positions for about 5 seconds each. Next, we're going to be going ahead with the opposite range of motion for our wrist. We're going to be holding our hand out, palm up, and we're going to take our other hand and move it just under these joints right here. And we're gonna pull back. And notice as I'm stretching, I'm not pulling and holding. I'm sort of bouncing on that. Because the goal here is not to increase flexibility, it is to increase elasticity. So we would do the same thing with our other hand. Just like that. And so next we're going to be stretching out our thumbs tendon. This is especially useful to those of you who play with a tablet. Of course it depends on your grip, but we use our thumbs a lot. So in order to do this stretch, we're going to go ahead and hold our hand out, and we want our thumb to land right under our pinky. So right there. Now we'll do the same thing. We'll hold out our arm like this, and we want our fingers to form a fist. It's like the incorrect form of a fist where you can break your thumb, except we're stretching. So next, we're going to go ahead and pivot with our thumb on our other hand downward. And we want to make sure that we feel the stretch, and it may be painful. For a lot of people, this is going to be painful. And for me right now, even though I've been doing the stretch for years now, it is still mildly uncomfortable compared to the other stretches. And so we want to hold that for about 5 seconds as well. Next is going to be not the direct opposite, but somewhat opposite of that stretch. So we're going to hold our hand out, palm up, and we're going to pull our thumb out. And we're going to pull it back towards our wrist. Just like this. And so we'll just repeat the same thing for our other hand. Next, we want to shake off the tension that we built up. So hold your hands out kind of loose like this. Just kind of shake them from side to side. And then we want to bring them level with the rest of our arm like this. And kind of do the same thing. And then facing up, same thing. Kind of like we're waving. We want to feel our wrists kind of loosen up from that. Go ahead and hold out your hands and make a fist, and then immediately come out. Make a fist, immediately come out. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Feel the tension build up and release. Feel it in your forearms and release. And so here's how I've come to do it over the years. Almost feeling like there's a shock wave in your forearm. Notice how my wrist is also pivoting upwards as I make my fist. And you would want to do this 10 times for both hands. This is especially something that I find useful to do submerged in water. I feel that it helps to add a bit more resistance to this exercise, which I find is beneficial to things like increasing stamina while tapping. Next, we're gonna go ahead and move our thumbs out, downward, under our pinky once again. And we're just gonna go ahead and do this with our fingers. And we want to do 10 reps of this. By this point, you should feel your forearms beginning to warm up physically. It may be hard to maintain this at first, but the more you do this, the more your body will adjust. And the more your body adjusts to this, the easier it will become. This next exercise is geared towards trigger finger prevention. I won't go too much into detail, but trigger finger is when these bands tighten up. And what happens is when you're tapping, sometimes your fingers will freeze in place and then go down. So the range of motion is affected. It's very uncomfortable to see and have. So this exercise is really important to do, not only prevent that, but it can also have benefits in increasing finger control. So you hold out your finger, you move up and down. You want your range of motion to be off of that first knuckle joint. You don't want any other knuckles to be moving. Everything else must be kept straight. Do that 10 times for both hands. Next, we want to take our finger and move it side to side 10 times. Next, we're going to go ahead and move around the world clockwise and then anti-clockwise 10 times each. And you should feel some strain forming in the back of your hand right about here as you do these. That should be normal. Next, we're going to go ahead and do this for our middle fingers. I'll point off to the side just in case anyone might get offended by this. It's okay if your other fingers move. Once again, we're going to be moving it side to side. This may be a bit harder to do, so if you want to do this on one hand at a time, that's completely fine. You can even use your other hand to stabilize your hand to keep it still so that you can isolate the movement to your finger on its own. So side to side, 10 times. And once again, around the world, feel free to brace your hand so that you can keep it still. And then the other way. And again, you should feel some strain in the back of your hand. Go ahead and shake it off, up and down, side to side, and do the same thing with your other hand. Next, we're just going to be doing this. Do this 10 times. So kind of like before, we're going to hold our hand out in a fist, but instead of having it face this way, we're going to turn it sideways, and we're going to go ahead and do the same stretch. And hold that for 5 seconds and slowly release our fingers as we do so. Return to neutral position, fist, and twist it the other way. And do the same thing. Hold it for 5 seconds, release your fingers, and release. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same stretch as we did at the beginning, but downward. Hold that for 5 seconds, and then shake it out. If it helps, you can try and apply this downward. You can lean onto a table and it will achieve the same thing. This is a much deeper stretch than we started out with. So just kind of lean into it. That way you don't have to pull it back. You're just leaning into it with your body weight, and then shake it out. And do the same thing with your other hand. Finally, I guess a little bonus before you start playing, hold your finger out and kind of pull on it. Let the rest of the finger relax and just wiggle it up and down, side to side, all around. You just want to wiggle it. Notice how I'm keeping my wrist loose, I'm keeping my knuckle loose. You want to just loosen it up. Do the same thing with your middle finger. It's normal for your knuckles to pop, and that's it. Just follow this routine every day and you will see an improvement in not just the condition of your hands, but also you may notice that you can push a little further. You will have a bit more stamina. Your tolerance levels while playing will expand. But wait, it can't be that simple, right? Yeah. Editor Musta here. While editing this video, I realized that this video was going to be too long if I included this next section about the whys of this being important and then some best practices. You know, I don't want this video to be more than 20 minutes, but if you want me to go into some of that stuff in a future video, you know what to do. Tell me. Like it. Comment it. Alright, I'm done. Taking care of your body is probably one of the most underrated forms of enabling yourself to improve at OSU. While it might not be as directly connected as something like getting a Wu-Ting or switching from mouse to tablet, after a certain point, it becomes more about trying to close that gap as much as you can, to where even the smallest changes can lead to just that much to go from choking a map to FCing it. So before you jump ahead into buying a brand new 500Hz gaming monitor, try taking care of yourself better. It's cheaper and it can have quite a positive feedback loop if done right. So try it out right now and try it again when you plan to play OSU again. Doing this routine on your off days can also be beneficial, so keep that in mind. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. If you feel that this video was useful to you, feel free to leave a like or dislike down below. If you feel like you know someone who might benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them. It can't hurt. It really can't. And once again, if you want to see more OSU related content like this, feel free to get subscribed and notified. I'm glad to be back. The only way from here is up, and I want to do that together.